Are you ready for El Paso's first and longest running high school football show? This is the Borderland Blitz.
Yes, it is. It is the Borderland Blitz, sponsored by Southwest University. Luke, hard to believe, but the playoffs are almost upon us, but not quite yet. Teams still vying to get into the postseason. Every game tonight of critical importance, even to the teams that are maybe already in.
That includes two teams that have yet to lose in 1-6A district play, Montwood and Americas. And what do you get when you combine arguably the two best teams in the city?
I'd say you get the Borderland Blitz game of the week.
Hey, let's roll the highlights. The Rams and Trailblazers taking center stage tonight at the SAC. First quarter, America's showing why they should be number one, just like our country, right? Christian Astorga on the quarterback keeper for the easy score. They take the 7-0 lead. But this is the game of the week. You know this is going to go back and forth all night long because still in the first, Andrew Fernandez rushing, throws up a heave, and it's somehow caught by Tyrese Andrews, who wins the battle to tie it up at 7. So a lot of offense, but still some defensive plays made as well. Astorga looking for an open man, fires a bullet that's tipped right into the arms of Aaron Apodaca. You think he's going to take it back for the pick six, but he's just stopped short of the end zone, but the turnover would lead to this. Fernandez looking off the D and going to find a wide open Julian Perez on the opposite side of the field for the 7-point lead, but we still aren't finished because in the first half, you knew he was going to come alive. Josh Fields, flat out speed, out rushing everyone. This would tie it at 14. Now, to the fourth quarter, Josh Fields and the Wildcat up the middle for the go-ahead score. They now lead by 17, but the Rams were still going to fight till the end. Right up the middle for probably the easiest score of the entire night. That would cut the gap to 11. So just more than 2 minutes left in the game. Fernandez scrambling in the pocket, looking for the end zone, and he's going to find it. So now it's just a 3-point game. But Josh Fields, he's been the theme of this highlight for a good reason. He could not be stopped, and I don't blame the Rams. Wildcat formation again, and you guessed it, another touchdown to put the game away. America's wins in a high-scoring affair, 45-35.
It's always a big thing when you beat Montwood. They're a great team, great community. Coach Famaligi's doing an outstanding job in his first year. The kids came out. We had a pretty good week of practice, played hard, really worked on some things, cut down on some personal fouls and things like that, and didn't turn the ball over, so it was huge.
So between Josh Fields and Deion Hankins, I don't know, those two are probably the best backs in the entire region.
Well, just last week, they were actually leading the state 1 and 2, so yeah, good for them.
That's true. And on to the west side of town, Franklin just holding on to 4th place in their district. Eastwood, a winner last night, they're hot in their tail.
Franklin, though, you think they should be okay, though, tonight as they took on winless Socorro, but you never know what can happen week to week. Could Franklin avoid a letdown game at home, or would Socorro have something to cheer about? Franklin up 8-0 in the first. Just give the ball to Seth Dominguez, and good stuff is going to happen. Sheds the tackler, and he is off and running. Touchdown, Cougars. 2-point conversion was good, so they led 16-0 in the first. Cue the band. In the second, more Franklin. Eric Phillips goes in motion and goes to the outside. Check out the breakaway speed there. Just pulls away from the D. No letdown tonight for Franklin. They cruise 59-14, the final. We know there are a few teams that are still somehow undefeated entering the night. Clint and Chapin are two of them. The other is Canutillo.
The Eagles have been solid all year long, but they haven't played a running back like Parkland's Deion Hankins, like we just mentioned. So could Canutillo keep its perfect record intact tonight against a Parkland potent offense? For the highlights, we bring in this man right here, JC Navarrete. JC, you've seen Parkland play a few times this season. How did they look this time against Canutillo?
Guys, I have seen them a few times, but we don't really need to be talking about Parkland. We need to talk about Canutillo. As you mentioned, the Eagles come into this game perfect, but more than that, they come into it rested. With their bye week now over, these boys were anxious to get back onto the field. Let's play football on blue turf. In the first quarter, Parkland would strike first. A.J. Briggs looking down the field for Deion Hankins, who does it with his hands, not his feet this time, to put the Matadors up 7-zip early on. Canutillo not falling behind, though. Aaron Moya gets the ball, bounces off a defender, and you know in a foot race, no one's going to beat him. That ties the game at 7 apiece. Canutillo not done. In the second quarter, Danny Alvarez looking for none other than Joseph Pass, running up the seam in single coverage, and he hauls it in for the 17-10 lead right before halftime. Parkland trying to make a comeback in the third quarter. A.J. Briggs looking to the corner of the end zone. Patrick Sullivan hauls that one in to help the Matadors rally, but it wouldn't be enough. Canutillo takes this one 38-17. The Eagles stay perfect tonight to improve to 8-0. And Canutillo, they will be playing Riverside next week. As for Parkland, they have a chance to catch their breath as they will have their bye week next week before returning to action against Riverside to wrap up their regular season. Luke, Trevor, back to you.
So Canutillo finds a way again. I'm really looking forward to the last week of the season, Canutillo Eastlake.
It's going to be good.
Canutillo might have a shot at a 10-0 regular season on the line against Eastlake. I'm looking forward to that one.
That'll be very good.
Well, Del Valle entered the day 5-1 in District 2 5A. That put them just a half game behind Canutillo for the top spot in the entire district.
They had a chance to win their 4th game in a row this evening as they took on Bel Air. Del Valle a chance to get its 6th win in district play already. Final home game of the regular season. First drive, Bel Air offside. So Del Valle has a free play. You got to take a shot. And they do. Raymond Montes hits Jamil Garcia for the early 6-zip lead. But next drive for Bel Air, they respond. Isaac Ibarra on the keeper, cuts inside, cuts outside, cuts back inside, veering past everyone for the game-tying score at 6. But Del Valle, they would pull away eventually, 41-32 the final. And Isleta tied for 5th in 2-5A. And hey, that's how I dance in the mirror when I get ready in the morning. Did you like that? Taking on Riverside, late second, 4th and goal. Our photog, myself, got a little confused here, but it's Jonah Vargas who dives in the end zone for the first score of the night and the lead. But Isleta, they're going to try to tie it up before half, driving until Ronaldo Flores gets caught up, and he fumbles. The ball is loose, and after 45-plus seconds, the refs declare it is Riverside ball. So the Indians actually would not score before the end of the first half. But it was a tale of two halves for the Indians because they scored 24 unanswered, and they win 24-9.
All right, why don't we stick into 5A? One of the most explosive offenses around has got to be, we just mentioned them, Eastlake.
Clearly, the Falcons average more than 40 points a game, but still find themselves looking up at Del Valle and Canutillo in the district standings. Mauricio Casillas joins us now. Mauricio, did the Falcons offense finally live up to the hype? Well, again, I guess you could say.
Well, Eastlake actually got started off a little slow in this one, but guys, the offense definitely came alive in a big way. As JC told us earlier, Canutillo reigns supreme right now in 5A play, but Eastlake not too far behind. Falcons coming into this one 5-1 in district play, but Horizon, on the other hand, desperately looking to turn things around at home. Scorpions 2-6, I should say, overall. So how do they fare in this one? Eastlake hyped before this one, but it was Horizon that actually had an early lead. We picked things up though in the second. Quarterback Keith Tarango Lopez dives towards the end zone, looking like John Elway in the Super Bowl, but he's stopped just short right here, but not to worry. Running back Adrian Chavez's dive gets in. He's untouched, and Eastlake would go up right here 14-6 early in the second quarter. And special teams, they also wanted to get involved in this one, and they get involved in a big way. It's a high kick, but it's short, and Horizon unable to field this one. Instead, it's Eric Fierro that comes up with the big recovery there. And here, Tarango Lopez throws a quick screen once again to Chavez, and check out the blocks he's got in front of him. Waltzes into the end zone for his second score of the game. Eastlake up 21-6, and the Falcon offense, well, it wasn't done just yet. Guys, if it worked the first 2 times, why not try it again? Chavez getting in easily for his 3rd touchdown of the half, and Eastlake would go on to win this one 42-10. So the Falcons, they stay in 2nd place District 2-5A, and they host a solid Isleta team next week. So things really heating up in that district. Back to you guys.
And 42 points, about their average, and they score 42 points.
How about that?
Go figure. Well, time to take a break from the highlights to try to win some free stuff. As they say, the best things in life, they are free. And nobody knows that more than Canutillo superfan, Adrian Medina.
How's it going, guys? Thanks again. Yes, I'm giving away free stuff. Jack in a Box later on in the show. 2 $25 gift certificates I will be giving away. I need you guys to go right now on KVIA.com. I need you guys to enter as many times as possible. I'll be picking 2 winners later on in the show. If you got some picks, I can still throw them into the show as well. Hashtag Borderland Blitz is how you get them on. You can go on Instagram, Facebook, you name it. You put it out there, we'll get it.
All right,
Back
Adrian,
to you guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Hopefully I submitted a picture, so maybe I'll be one of the runner-ups.
I doubt it.
Who knows? Good point. Plenty more to come here in the Borderland Blitz. After the break, Adrian Ochoa will be joining us with the highlights from a big game in District 1-5A. Andress taking on Burgess. Also,
my name is Andy, and I represent Pebble Hills.
My name is Jolene Solis, and I represent Eastwood High.
You're watching Borderland Blitz.
And up next is the War of the Week.
We are the Pebble Hills Varsity Cheerleaders and we watch Borderland Blitz.
Welcome back. This is the Blitz. We turn our attention now to District 15A. Our very own Adrian Ochoa made the trip out to East El Paso tonight as Andress took on Burgess. Adrian, who made it to End Zone City tonight?
Right, End Zone City. Well, thanks, guys. Andress and Burgess find themselves right in the middle of the pack of District 15A. Both teams came into the night with the same district record at 3-1. So who would get the upper hand tonight? To Burgess we go, and for Andress it was about one thing: family. The word on the back of the jerseys of the Andress Eagles. But it was the Mustangs who came out swinging first. First quarter, quarterback Mateo Serrano will connect with Odell Graham in the end zone. Burgess up 7-0. High fives all around for the Burgess Mustangs, including the Mustang mascot right there. But Andress would answer from 12 yards out. The handoff to Jalen Joseph. Joseph takes it in, and we're knotted up at 7. Second quarter now. And check out this play on special teams coming up. Burgess will punt it here. And this is not where you want to start a drive if you're Andress. It gets downed at the 1. And that would be key because on the first play of the drive for Andress, the snap is low, quarterback can't handle it, it's a scramble for the ball, and the Mustangs fall on top of it in the end zone. Burgess takes the lead 13-7, but once again the Eagles would answer. Their next drive will take them all the way to the 1-yard line, handoff to Dorian Lewis, and he powers it in. We're tied again at 13. And just before the half, the Eagles up 16-13, and the Mustangs would take a gamble here. 9 seconds left until halftime. They want to get it into the end zone, but Serrano will get picked off by Otho Redding, and he's got a convoy in front of him. Redding just has Serrano to beat. Serrano tries to push him out of bounds, not in time. Otho Redding, welcome to End Zone City. Population, only you, my man, and a couple of your friends as well. Why not? Andress extends their lead to 23-13, and the Eagles would never look back. They win it 37-13, the final. The next week, both squads will face teams on the opposite sides of the spectrum. Burgess gets the first place Chapin Huskies, while Andress will get the last place and winless Austin Panthers. Big win for the Andress Eagles tonight, guys.
I kind of like this End Zone City place. I might retire there one
Population,
day. Yeah.
just you. I like you.
And a few of your friends.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Well, Adrian, thank you. If you want to talk about two teams right on the outside, looking in, look no further than El Paso and Irvin.
Irvin 2-3 in district play in 5th place, while the Tigers right behind at 1-3. So to call this game a must-win for El Paso, well, yeah, that's about right. Who would move in the District 15A standings after tonight at Irvin High in the first quarter? No better way to start off the game. Luis Villegas right up the middle. He's got 86 yards to go. If he wants to put up 6 on the board, only one more man to beat. He cuts back inside, gets the job done, but one more tackle actually, but he just gets away from the shoestring tackle. 86 yards for the 7-0 lead. So now in the second, Anthony Escobedo finds Villegas yet again, but this time through the air. And look at all that space, 70 yards to the house, not even touched. Villegas with more than 150 yards of offense in the first half alone. El Paso, as you guessed it, wins 47-24.
And the Bowie Bears sitting right near the top of 1-5A, hosting a winless Austin team. We go to the third. Herman Carrasco off the play fake. No one picks up the back, and that's what happens. Josh Hidalgo trotting into the end zone to increase the lead. We stay in the third, more from Dow Bears. On the handoff, Gustavo Martinez around the right side. Panthers get to him, but just a little too late. He finds pay dirt. Bears singing and dancing the night away. A virtuoso performance. They win 56-13.
And talk about a perfect team so far in the season. 7-0 Clint hosting a tough 6-2 Cathedral team. That perfect record on the line. First quarter, quarterback Sal Gonzalez decides he's going to take it himself, putting Clint up 6-0. And later in the first quarter, the big man, Sebastian Barraza, going to rumble his way into the end zone right here. To go up 12-0. Lions, still a perfect record. They win 42-13.
8-0, are they? All right, how about Fabians and San Eli? Both squads still looking for their first win in district play. In the third, 3rd and 5, Jacob Campos hits the running back Jeffrey Spence on the bubble screen for the 20-yard score. Makes it 6-0 in the fourth quarter. Fabians driving. Campos gonna roll right, throws the ill-advised pass though. It's picked off, not to worry though. A touchdown would hold up. This one low scoring. Fabians wins it 6-0.
So how about some more scores from around the region? Mountain View facing a tough 7-1 Andrews team, and now they improve to 8-1 as they win big, really big. Look at that score, 73-10.
And Anthony, they were 7-1 on the road, taking on Cristobal. Cristobal gets the 15-13, a narrow victory there. Unfortunate for Anthony. They're having a great season. Still are, though.
A very close matchup right there. We are nearing our second break, but before we do so, let's waste no more time and get to the sidelines.
You know what we're talking about. The War of the Week. Brittany Carlock and Amy Solis are back yet again for a new edition of the War of the Week.
What's up, guys? I'm Brittany Carlock, and we're back at the SAC this week with two familiar teams. One of them has already won once this season. The other one is still looking for that first win. And back with me is Amy Solis. She has our first team.
That's right, Brittany. Like you just said, the Spartans won earlier this season, even though they are new to the Blitz. What are you doing to keep it at 2-0?
We're going to proceed with the same strategy we did last time and work as a team.
And just like last time, I'm going for Eastwood because Adrian Ochoa, the producer of the Blitz, is a proud Eastwood grad, and he's confident they'll win this time. What are you guys going to do to win this time?
We have a new strategy. We're way stronger now.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Come on, Spartans!
And they started off so strong. Oh my gosh, they got it, guys. I'm sorry. They got it. It's right. And Pebble Hills once again takes it. They were just too strong. That's it for us tonight. We'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
I think that was the fastest War of the Week edition we've ever had. Amy Solis and Brittany Carlock. Wow, that was a good one. Moving right along, each week fans vote on what they believe to be the sweetest play of the week. And last week's winner, it's an Eastlake Falcon. Trevor's going to break down that play for us right now.
Last week's winner of the Sweet Play of the Week was Ezekiel Jones of Eastlake, and he shows us it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Let's take a look at the play now. Starts off just a normal kickoff, or at least that's what it seems like, but take a look at what happens here. A teammate falls down. That's not how you want to start the play, but Jones keeps his wits about him, picks up the ball. His blockers also stay focused, gets a huge block right here. That's going to open a big gap for him to shoot through. He finds more blockers down the field. Take a look at this. 1, 2, 3 guys in front of him. Only one defender is back, and he beats him to the end zone. Touchdown, Eastlake, and that is how you win. Sweet Play of the Week.
I love it, Trevor. Thank you. And each week, as you guys all know, the winner gets a cake and his teammate gets cupcakes. And then our winner assigns the Blitz footballs. Those will be given away to the winner of the Sweet Play of the Year, rather, at the end of the season. And Jones says Eastlake has its eyes on a possible trip to state this season.
What's the goal for you guys the rest of the season?
State. If they had nationals, it would be nationals too.
So it's state or bust for you guys.
Yeah, that's the mentality right now. We got to win the next 3 games first, though. If we win the next 3 games with district champs, then we just keep going from there.
Ezekiel Jones looking a little bit like Ezekiel Elliott out there. After getting their forfeited wins back, Oñate was looking to add another W to its win column against Hobbs. The highlights of that game, plus highlights from Mayfield's game against Gadsden, all coming up in the next minute and a half. Stay with us.
Parkland Outdoors, and you're watching the Borderland Blitz.
Welcome back to the Blitz, everybody. We are not done with the highlights just yet, are we?
No, we are not. Next up, Hobbs and Oñate. The Knights back in the playoff hunt after receiving their forfeited wins earlier in the week. And so a win tonight would go a long way. Oñate looking to keep that undefeated district record alive against Hobbs. We picked this one up. First quarter, Oñate's Josiah Fielder. No one is going to really, I guess they are confused on this play because he goes right up the middle, off one tackle, off two defenders, all the way to the end zone. As they strike first, Oñate goes up 7-zip. But this was actually a close battle to really the very end because still in the first quarter, Hobbs, Gavin Hardison rolling out to his left, going to find Evan Gray for the easy score. That would tie it up at 7, but Oñate would go on to win this one by just 10, or actually by I'm bad at math. 43-35, though. That's the final score.
I think that's 8 points. We'll do the math here. 42-0 Mayfield in the third quarter, taking on Gadsden. It's Stephen Gay to Aaron Alvarez for the touchdown. I guess Torrey Lachlan had the night off at that point in the third quarter. He's their starting quarterback, by the way. So Mayfield rolling, and then Joseph Ruiz going to put the exclamation point on this one. All Mayfield tonight. They cruise 55-0.
And moving along to Hatch Valley and Silver City. Hatch Valley getting the big W, 44-7.
And Chaparral Almagoro doubles them up, 48-24.
Crane and Tornillo on the losing end of this one, 30-12. That's by 18 points.
And Van Horn, unfortunately for them, on the wrong side of a 72-20 ball game.
And look at this. This is a little different than usual. Centennial and Las Cruces, a big matchup tomorrow night. 7 p.m. kickoff time compared to the usual 2 p.m. start. It's going to be a good one. Highlights, hopefully, more than likely, 10 p.m. tomorrow night during sports.
More than likely, yes. In case you missed it, 3 games Thursday. Here is Eldorado at Coronado. This one closer than a lot of people expected, but Cedarius Barfield would not let Eldorado go down. The QB ran for more than 200 yards, including this 81-yard touchdown. Eldorado survives. They beat the T-Birds 32-28.
And how about Eastwood and Pebble Hills from the sack? A spectacular play in this one by Kevin Avarete of the Spartans. Who says you need to use 2 hands? Look at this. The one-handed touchdown grab. Check it out one more time. Slow motion for me. Wait for it. One hand. Money, touchdown. But Eastwood had some magic of its own. Evan Aguilar going to recover this wild snap, rolling to his right, going to throw up kind of a prayer, but it's not going to matter because Robert Minhades is just there to catch it for the touchdown. Eastwood wins 56-34.
Nothing like 13-year-old rap songs. All right, how about Chapin and Jefferson? Chapin continued to roll. Anthony Baird finding Peyton Held, who would not be denied. All Huskies, they cruise 55-13.
Let's go now to toss it out to Adrian Medina. Medina, what do you got for us?
Well, first off, I got some great picks. First, I got this great drone shot from the Clint game. Look at this. Great shot tonight. I can't say enough. Some of the best pictures we've had all weekend. Of course, I was there at the game at the Canutillo. Here we got the Mighty Lions beating the Irish. Another close-up shot. A Bears fan right there. Bowie Bears along with the sack. Some great picks. Again, these are all hashtag Borderland Blitz. That's all you guys got to do to get your pictures on air. We're going to try and get some videos on there, but right now we've got the winners for our Borderland Blitz Jack in the Box giveaway. We got Amanda Frias, 79924, and Lucinda Apodaca, 79912. You guys are watching the Borderland Blitz. We'll be back after the break.
Oh, you were watching the Borderland Blitz, sponsored by Southwest University. We're almost done, but let's recap a few scores from the evening. America's victor, Eastwood, Andress, Franklin, Eldorado, and El Paso, all big wins tonight.
And Bowie getting that big W over Austin, 56-13. They are still winless on the year, the Panthers, that is. Canutillo over Parkland, the Del Valle over Bel Air, Chapin over Jefferson, Eastlake getting the big W over Horizon, 42-10, and Isleta over Riverside, 24 unanswered points in that game in the second half.
Clint gets a W over Cathedral, Andrews big over Mountain View, Onyate over Hobbs, Fabian 6-0 over San Eli, Anthony on the wrong side of a 15-13 ball game, and Mayfield 55-0 over Gadsden.
And Van Horn losing in a big way, 72-20. Chapadel also losing to Alamogordo. Hatch Valley getting the big W over Silver City, and Tornillo also falling to Crane, 30-12. And let's go ahead to the district stands if we can. District 1-6A, America is the only undefeated team left in District 1-6A at 5-0 after they topped Montwood earlier this evening, but as you can tell, it's still quite a tight race at the top half of that district.
Definitely. How about 1-5A Chapin? They're the only undefeated team there. A couple one-loss teams though right behind them in Bowie and Andress. And 2-5A Canutillo, still perfect. The only team that's perfect, but again, two one-loss teams right on their tail. Del Valle and Eastlake still contending for the top spot in 2.
So we got Americas, we got Chapin, we got Canutillo, all these teams that are looking so good this this point in the season. What do you think?
Don't forget about Clint.
I mean, all these teams,
8-0,
well, undefeated.
Del Valle's picked it up. They're 6-1 in district play. I mean, 6 wins already. They've played one more game than a lot of other teams have so far at this point, but a lot of teams looking really sharp. We could have a team make a run in the postseason. I don't know who it's going to be, but I think one of those 4 or 5 teams is going to do it.
Maybe another Final Four run. You never know. We'll see when the time comes. But for now, that's all the time we have here for the Borderland Blitz. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here hopefully next week for Week 10 of the Blitz. Have a good night.